Hello guys, welcome back to the video. I hope you all are doing really well. So this video is about PLAB 2, as you might already know. So before that, let me introduce myself. I'm Malvika and I recently cleared PLAB 2 and I have already uploaded the results with you guys. If you haven't checked out that video, please do have a look. So yeah, since the day I posted that video, I'm getting lots and lots of inquiries regarding how to prepare for this exam. And it's not just the preparation that people are worried about. People are worried about a lot of other things. And it makes sense because PLAB 2 is not like PLAB 1. It's an OSCE exam that you have to take in some other country. So there are lots and lots of other things that we should consider, right? So when I started my PLAB 2 journey also, I was like really confused. I didn't know what to do. And just because of that reason, everything got so much delayed because I couldn't make a decision. So it was just like, painting a blank canvas. So what I'm trying to do in this video is I'm going to make an outline for you guys so that it'll be much easier for you. And towards the end of this video, I'm pretty sure that you will feel more confident and more comfortable with PLAB 2. Okay, so let's begin, and it's gonna be a long video. I tried making this video twice or thrice before, and the problem was I was not able to, put in all the points. I kept on missing out one point or the other. But this time, hopefully it will go fine. I have written down all the points for you guys. So this is going to be a long video, so make yourself feel comfortable, maybe grab a cup of coffee or water or whatever and let's begin. So let me tell you guys what all I'll be including in this video. I'm going to tell you guys which academy I chose and the course I opted in that academy. I'll be telling you guys about the online course and also when did I go to UK, when my exam was, how much time did I get to prepare. I'll be telling you guys about the accommodation I got, the in-person class, how it was, and what all I did during that time, and also after the course about my study partners and also some things to consider while choosing your study partners and how we prepared, how we made notes, and also regarding all other sections that we had like spam sections, prescription session, hands-on mannequin, some kind of teaching sessions, and I'll be talking about MOOCs and also the most dreaded things like examinations, Siemens, and I'll be telling you some things to consider before, in the last week of your preparation and also one day before the exam, on the day of the exam, and after the exam. Okay, so that's why this video is pretty long. So let's begin. So the academy I chose, yeah, before going on to that, let me tell you guys, this is not a sponsored video. Everything, I'm saying is from my own experience, okay? So yeah, the academy I chose was Aspire Academy. And why did I choose that? As usual, I went on to my seniors and I asked them and they told me that, Aspire is enough. And without thinking twice, I went and booked Aspire, okay? And yeah, after booking, I came to know about this Facebook group like PLAB 2 group. I simply started, going through this group and I saw so many negative comments regarding Aspire. And I was like so worried. I don't know, guys. I didn't know what to do. But I felt like, okay, all my seniors went to Aspire and they passed. Okay, then I'll also do the same. Why should I concentrate on these negative comments? Yeah, and I'll tell you regarding these negative comments in this video as we go. So yeah, that's regarding the academy. And regarding the course, I booked the full course, okay? Online course, offline course, mocks, everything together, the complete course I took. And before going to UK, I tried to attend the online class, but it was not successful, guys. First thing regarding the online class, I'm a very interactive person. I like interactive classes. So online classes were not really my thing, okay? And there were so many other problems. I can attend an online class if it's really necessary, but I faced some problems here in these online classes. The first problem was that the students who were attending the online classes didn't use the mic properly or didn't have the mic, whenever they ask questions. So it was just like listening to a one-man show most of the time. And the second problem was that I used my iPad for, these online sessions and it got logged out very often. So during the session, so they have this website called Study Genie. We were able to conduct this online sessions in that website, okay? So when I was attending these sessions, it got logged out very often. So by the time I got logged in again, they would have completed some session and were in totally different sessions. So it was very annoying. And then later on I discovered that it's because of Safari. Okay, so if you're using MacBook or iPhone or iPad or something that sort, make sure that you log in through um, Google Chrome. Yeah, Google Chrome. Google Chrome works, and when I started using Google Chrome, it didn't log out like that. Okay, so mainly because of these reasons, I was not able to attend online classes. I just attended 3 classes, and after that, I was like, okay, I'll study during the in-person class. And after that, yeah, so that's how my online classes went. But when I went for the in-person class, they were, installing a very big mic, interactive mic, and they were saying like, online people will be even able to hear your flipping of the page. I'm not sure because I haven't attended online class after that, but I think it might be a bit more better. So yeah, that's regarding online course. Yeah, and after that I went to UK on November 1st, guys, and my exam was on December 11th, and my in-person class was starting on November 4th. So I went a bit early because I wanted to settle down and feel a bit comfortable there. So I went like 2 3 days earlier. And yeah, regarding the accommodation, I went into Asper's own academy, that is Clarendon. Asper have like, I think 2 3 academies like Clarendon, Vernon, and in Asper House. Okay, so Asper House accommodation is just above the academy. They have the accommodation. So I went and chose Clarendon because I made some online friends, and they told me that Clarendon is a bit more peaceful as per house, because the academy is there. It can be a bit crowded. So I thought, like, yeah, I would go for the peaceful one. So that's what happened. I went into Clarendon, and everything was okay. I've already uploaded the room tour for you guys. If you haven't checked out, please do check out. So I opted for a single double room. It was like around 22 or 23 pounds per night, and it was okay. I had some problems there, like with the heater and the shower and all, but Rohit was there. He was the accommodation manager there. He was like very helpful. But the only problem I faced was the kitchen. The kitchen was literally horrible, guys. I'm not even exaggerating. It was like literally horrible. I have never, you know, I was going to the UK for the first time. It's a developed country. This is not what I expected. I didn't expect, a literally extremely neat kitchen, maybe like this. I didn't expect anything that sort, because I knew that I was going for, a shared accommodation. The kitchen was a common one. But the I have never even seen a kitchen like that back in India, guys. It's that bad. It's like literally horrible. The kitchen is completely outdated, and it's always like messy. I don't know. The kitchen is used by many other doctors, and they might be having exam the next day or maybe the next week, and they're not in a mood to clean the kitchen or whatever. I don't know. And there was a person to clean the kitchen, and she cleans the kitchen once in a day. I don't know exactly when. Otherwise, I could have just gone to the kitchen after she cleans it. But she cleans the kitchen once in a day, and obviously, many people use their kitchen after that. And I don't know. Whenever I enter the kitchen, it was like completely messy. And what I did was, I used to clean the kitchen completely. I used to clean that area before I started cooking, and I used to cook for a week. I used to meal prep and keep everything in my refrigerator, and I never used to enter the kitchen again. The refrigerator, you'll get a row, okay? You'll get a row, and about the freezer, don't even think of keeping anything in the freezer if you're in Clarendon, because I was not able to. But when I was there, Clarendon was not even crowded, and still I was not able to keep anything in the freezer. But it's okay. We just need the fridge. Um, I'm completely okay with that. But then I shifted to Asper House. Okay, Asper House I shifted after the course, because after the course I was preparing from Asper House itself, and it was very difficult to walk at night. It's just 5 minutes away. All the Asper accommodation is just 5 minutes away, but the streets will be completely like isolated. No one will be there, and it was cold. I went during the most horrible season of UK, I would say. Yeah, but so I thought Asper in house will be a better idea. And again, Rohit helped a lot in regards to this. So I was able to shift to Asper house, and it was the best decision ever. The kitchen there was like almost always neat, Though some of the students there might be like, oh, it's like okay, but it's because they haven't been to Clarendon. Since I came from Clarendon, it was like literally super neat for me. I was like completely happy with the Aspire House kitchen. And it's also because I think, okay, because the doctors who are teaching there, all of these people work out and, through the fire exit in the kitchen. So it's always kept neat, guys. And maybe one of the problem there is like the sink can get blocked at times, but it's not much of a problem because there are so many other things you can use those. And regarding cooking, if you're not interested in cooking or if you don't want to cook, there is something called Dabba Wala and all, a catering service within the Aspire house. I think it's like 4.5 pounds for vegetarian food and 5.5 pound for non-veg. You guys will have to fact check me on this. I'm not quite sure. Per meal, okay. So that's regarding the accommodation. Then regarding the in-person class, yeah, just before going on to that, regarding the grocery, there are so many affordable supermarkets there like Lidl, Home Bargains and all within walkable distance. So you'll be fine regarding the groceries. Okay, so that's it. Now let's move on to the in-person class. The in-person class was really interactive. It was like pretty interesting. I really enjoyed those classes. These classes were taken by doctors like Ankur, Niklesh, and Harsh. They were taking the classes, no one else, and the class was really good, guys. The only problem was they skipped few portions like dermatology and all, but it was like completely okay. That was something that we can cover on our own. Other than that, the classes were like completely wholesome. And what I did during these classes, okay, the classes were from 9 a.m. to 5 or 6 p.m. Not 9 a.m., 10 a.m. I'm not sure. Okay. Yeah, 9 or 10 a.m. to 5 or 6 p.m. And these classes were really interesting. But the problem was we were getting a lot of information in. So after the classes, I was not able to study again. So what I did is I used to wake up a bit early, like around 5:30 a.m. or 6 a.m. And in this aspect course, there is a website I told you, like Study Genie. In this website, there is like a lot of online videos available of these classes. Okay, so if you're not able to attend the online class, you can go for this online videos. These videos are just the same as those classes that are taken in-person class course. So yeah, these videos were really helpful. So what I did is I used to wake up a bit early and I used to listen to these videos like passively while getting ready. So when I went for the class, in-person class, it was like a second revision. So that really helped me a lot. Okay, so that's the only thing that I did for the in-person classes. And another thing that I made sure is I used to go on the stage like on a daily basis. So these doctors will call you on the stage for doing a case. So most of the students are like a bit hesitant on going on the stage. But what I did is, even though I knew nothing about the case, or even if I didn't know the management or anything, I used to go on the stage, guys. I was really scared because, we are doing this case in front of a lot of doctors, and I didn't want to sound stupid most of the time, but yeah. Anyway, I went on the stage, even if I didn't know anything about that scenario. I just studied the structure, and it's the same like the ones that we used back in our home. Like the presenting complaints, elaborate the presenting complaints, then the past medical history, medication history, allergic history, family history, lifestyle, then what? Yeah, occupation history, and maybe the investigations, examinations, then the management. Yeah, in between that, you will have to add a few things like eyes. Like, do you have any idea? That is ISIS, idea, concern, expectation. Okay, that's the only thing extra that I found here. So yeah, other than that, everything is similar. So I just studied the structure. So every day I made sure, even if I didn't know what the case was, even if I didn't know what the management was, I went on the stage. Okay, every day I went on the stage. And that's what I would suggest you guys. Okay, please go on the stage. Even if you feel like you don't know anything, please do go on the stage and do the case. There are so many benefits for this. The first thing is, you will learn how to handle stress. When you're on the stage, you're not in a very comfortable position, right? Because you're not completely sure what's going on, and there are so many other people observing you. There is a mentor who is like just in front of you. It's not a very comfortable thing to do. So it's very important in case of PLAB 2 to handle stress, guys. So please make sure that you learn how to handle stress before going for the original exam. And the second thing is that if you make any stupidities on the stage, that will stay with you forever. You won't ever forget that case. See, I have done like maybe so many cases on the stage. The cases I still remember now are those cases that I made some mistakes on. Okay, so those cases like where I have got like really good feedbacks from the mentors, I do remember those cases till now. So those cases will stay with you for a little longer. So like, yeah, please do go on the stage. Please do break the ice on the first day itself. If they are asking like, please do come on the stage, someone like, please be ready to go. Even if you don't know anything, please be ready to go. Especially on the first day, they don't expect a lot from you. Okay. And another thing, you might find a lot of other students in your class who are like really good, who might have come completely prepared. Don't be intimidated by them. Just go and do the case. I'm telling you all this because these are some situations that you might face. Just focus on yourself, focus on like preparing yourself for the exam. So not just the theory or not just the practical aspect of it, the other aspects also, like communication, like managing stress, all these things are really important for this exam. So this is one way that you can do it. One important thing that I would like to suggest you guys in regards to in-person class is that, so this is something that my dad told me, okay, during the first day of my MBBS. That was the orientation day, guys. So he was also there. So after the orientation, he told me like, we were in that big lecture hall, and he came to me and he told me, make sure that you always sit in the first row. So it will guarantee you an extra 10%. Okay. So I was like, okay, that's the first thing that my dad told me. Like, it's the first day of the course. And I was like, okay, I'll do that. If it guarantees like maybe 10%, I'm happy to do that. So after that, for my entire MBBS syllabus, I used to sit in the first 3 rows, somewhere in the first 3 rows. And only if the class is like extremely boring and I wouldn't understand anything, I used to go and back. This is really helpful because, you can be a bit more interactive with the mentor, and please do be interactive. So because you're trying to improve your communication skills also, even if you feel like your English is not good, or even if you feel a bit scared, or even if you are not an extroverted person. Even I'm not an extroverted person, guys. I'm an ambivert. So being able to communicate well is very important. So communicate with your mentors first, so that you'll feel a bit more confident. Even if you feel like you might sound stupid, it's okay. So sitting in the first row was like really helpful for me in this regards. I used to ask all the questions that pop up in my head then and there itself. So, and they were really helpful. They used to clear everything and they were like super sweet guys. So yeah, so that's the first thing I would suggest you to do. And also it will help you focus a bit more. I think if you're sitting in the last row and all, it's very easy to get distracted, guys. It's very easy because especially in this era, we know about our focus, right? I don't know how focused we are and all. It's very difficult for us to focus nowadays, mainly because of all this, social media and everything. So that's regarding the in-person class. Now let's move on to after the course, what we did. After the course, please don't try to do this alone. Always, make sure that you have a study group, because this is PLAB 2 exam, so you need to practice it a lot. So make sure you have study partners, and I would like to suggest a few things to consider when you choose your study partner. The first thing is like, don't go for the best person in the room. Obviously, if you are the best person, you can go. But what I'm trying to say is that if you find someone like who have completed the topic, and if you haven't completed the topic, I don't think that person will be an ideal person for you, because they will be having a very good pace compared to yours, and it'll be very difficult for you to study with them. So make sure. I was lucky enough to get two study partners who haven't touched the book, just like me. So my study partners were Brian Sebastian and Harin Reddy. Both of them were like really good. I consider myself really lucky to find them. We found each other towards the end of the course, and yeah, they were really good guys. I didn't know anything much about them because they didn't do much cases on the stage. Okay, so what I thought was like, if they know, well and good, we can go in a very good pace. If they did know, okay, I can try and teach them, because if you teach someone, you'll learn better. So this is what I thought. But lucky for me, they were really good. That's regarding my study partners. But when you select someone, make sure that you select someone from your same spectrum. That's what I would suggest. And regarding the number, guys, don't go for like maybe 5 or 6 study partners and all. The sweet spot is 3, I would say, because one can be the doctor, one can be the patient, and one can be the examiner. I'm telling you this because when we practice cases, we will be practicing case with a 7-minute timer. Okay. So there is an app called PLAB app from where you will get this timer. So we'll be practicing with 7 minutes. So that is 7 minutes. For choosing a case, you will take like around 1 minute. And for discussing that case, you will take like around 10 minutes. Okay. So it will take like around 20 minutes for a case. So if you have like 5 study partners, you may be getting one case in 2 hours. So that's like too much. You need to practice more. So I would say 3 is the sweet spot. And I wouldn't suggest 2 study partners. Even that's okay, but the thing is that you will be just practicing with one person. You need a little more input. If you have just one study partner, make sure that you practice with other people also. I'll be telling you about that also, guys. So in a while, okay? So yeah, and another thing is just consider your study partner's exam date also. Just make sure that it's like in around like 1 week or something, because you don't want to be alone towards the end of the exam, right? So make sure your study partner is also having the exam around your date. Okay, so that's the 3 or 4 things that I want to suggest you guys when you select your study partner. Okay, so that's it regarding the study partners. Now let's move on to how we prepared. Okay, we used to start our preparation like around 9:30 a.m. and we used to practice different stations, and we used to practice till like maybe 12:30 or until we get hungry. And then we used to go to the kitchen, which is just nearby. The kitchen is here, the study area is here, and the studies area is also really good. We have all the mannequins and equipments necessary for learning there itself. So the study area is really good. So when we used to get hungry, we used to go to the kitchen, we used to cook together, we used to clean together, we used to eat together, and after that, we used to take a break. Yeah, the lunch break is like pretty long because we need to cook, take rest and all. So it used to be like maybe 2 or 3 hours. And after that, we used to study again, and then we used to take a dinner break. And it's usually like maybe 1 hour or something. And then we used to sit and study again, maybe for like till it depends, totally depends on the day, maybe like around 11:30. But sometimes we used to go a bit early, sometimes we used to go like extend it till up to midnight or something. Yeah, so that's regarding our usual schedule. And regarding plan, we didn't have any kind of plan that sort. In fact, I made a plan that is similar to the one that I made for PLAB 1. So if you guys haven't checked that, if you guys want to make plan, please go and see that video. I made it similar to that one only. And we did follow that plan for the first day. It was like very productive day and we covered a lot. But after that, what happened is like one of my study partner like was pretty anxious. I had my exam like on December 11th. I didn't had it on 9th and Brian on 5th. So my exam was at the end. So I knew pretty well that these guys will somehow finish the topics before 4th at least. Harun was pretty anxious regarding the topics, so we let him. Like Brian was always like chill. He didn't bother like what topic to learn and all. He was like just wanted to learn something. But Harun was like pretty anxious, so he wanted like some topics that he was weak at to study at first. So we thought like for me also, I didn't care what topic that we learned. As long as we learned something, it was okay. So we let him choose the topics for the day. So what we used to do is we used to come in the morning and we used to open the index and we used to select the topics. Okay. But the problem was we were pretty enthusiastic in the morning and we were not able to cover all those topics that we planned we would cover. And towards the end of the day, we used to think like maybe we'll cover this tomorrow. So that's the thing, guys. If you don't have a plan, if you just go through the index, I think it'll be a bit more difficult for you to finish the topic because early in the morning you'll be really enthusiastic, you will be pumped up, and you will think that you will be able to cover a lot of topic. So if you have a plan, just write it down. Okay, write it down for the whole study session. If it's for 2 weeks or 3 weeks, please write it down for the entire week and make sure that you finish the topic earlier so that you have enough time to revise also. So if you don't finish a topic, you know that you will have to sacrifice your revision time, okay, or safe zone, I would say. So yeah, so you would know that you need to cover, and you will put in a little more effort to finish the topics if you have a very proper plan. So that's what I would suggest. So that's how we prepared. And we used to make notes, okay, random notes while preparing each stations. But what I would suggest you guys is make notes for management, because towards the end of the preparation, your history taking will be like perfect, guys, because you're practicing all the cases, taking history again and again and again and again. So you will be perfect with history taking. The only problem you will face is the management. Obviously we have different management for all the cases. And the second thing is that, you'll get 8 minutes for each station. You know that already. After introducing yourself, you will finish like around 30 seconds. Then you have like around 7 minutes, 30 seconds with you. That you will take for building the rapport, taking a very good history, finding out what the disease is. And if you're lucky, you will get like around 3 minutes. Okay. If you're really lucky, and if the case is like a simple case, you'll get 4 minutes. But in most of the cases, you will get like around 3 minutes for the management. And in management, what all we should include? Okay, we need to include our eyes. We can include eyes elsewhere also, but mostly we'll be including this in the management session. And other than that, you will have to do the investigations. Okay, you will have to explain the disease to the patient in patient's own terms. And you will have to ask if the patient has any concerns. You will have to address the concerns there. Okay, patient will be having lots and lots of interesting questions for you. Okay, don't worry about that. So you will have to answer these questions, and you will have to do the safety netting. You will have to tell the patient regarding the red flags. There is lots of things for you to do during your management, and you will have to cover all this within 3 minutes. Okay, and for the management, you'll have to recollect all the thoughts regarding the management, right? So it will take time, guys. So you should be very efficient in regards to management. So I think that when you are practicing itself, please make a note on management. Okay, what management you will be giving, the exact management for each cases. So this will be very helpful for you guys during your revision time. Okay, I didn't do that and I really regretted it. Okay, so this is something I would suggest you guys. Please do make management notes. So I don't know about other academies. In Aspire, they didn't just leave us alone after our in-person class. They really helped us out. So there were so many sessions, okay, that really helped us prepare for this exam, like spam sessions. This is for those introverted guys or those who doesn't have study partners. They conducted the spam sessions like twice a week, okay. And these sessions were conducted by 2 examiners. Yeah, this is one of the negative comment that I saw on these Facebook groups, that the examiners there are like, PLAB 2 pass out. They are just doctors like us and all. But guys, the main class is taken by consultants in the UK. Okay, it's just these after the class sessions, there is like a bonus that is taken by examiners, and these examiners, they're like extremely good. Okay, they just finished their PLAB exams, they have passed these exams, so they have like so many different ideas for you guys, tricks and tips for you guys. They're like really good, they're like really great. You will, they're really helpful. Okay, and even if you have the most silliest of the silliest doubts, you can ask them. Okay, so for me, they were like really helpful. So the spam sessions, like all of us would go into a class, and we'll be sitting in rows. Okay, 2 rows, and one of the rows will be fixed, and the other row will be like moving. So we will practice cases with different people. Okay, and it is usually conducted for like around 2 hours, and we can practice like around 8 stations in this. Okay, and if we have exam in the next coming week, we can practice with the examiners, and they are also really helpful. Okay, so that's regarding the spam sessions, which is like I used to attend all the spam sessions, guys, because they will give you like different inputs from different people. We can listen to different styles of taking a case, because when you are the patient, you can listen to different doctors taking the case. You can get different inputs, and you can listen to their recommendations. Everything is like really great about spam sessions. So please make use of these stations if your academy has these sessions, obviously. Now the prescription sessions, so these are also conducted by 2 examiners. They will come, and all these sessions are conducted like after the class, okay, like after 5 p.m. or maybe 6 p.m. I don't know. Yeah, I don't remember it exactly, like 5 or 6 p.m. Yeah. So prescription stations were also really good. So they will give you the papers and everything, BNF to write the stations. They will give you the cases also, and they will correct it for you, and they will tell you the, recommendations, what to do, what not to do, and all. So those sessions were also really good for me. Okay, I really enjoyed these sessions. Next, my favorite session was hands-on mannequin sessions, because I was really worried about examinations before coming here, and hands-on mannequin sessions were like really good. So these sessions, you can attend these sessions like 3 weeks prior to your exam, or at least they say so. Some of the people, maybe their favorites, they let them attend these sessions before 3 weeks also. But I think like it is okay, guys. 3 weeks is enough, because I went like 3 weeks before my exam, and it was like completely helpful. So the thing that they do there is like there will be 6 examiners, and they will divide us into groups. Okay, groups of 5 or maybe 6 students, or sometimes less also, depends on how many students register for this. So yeah, they'll be dividing the students there into groups, and there'll be 6 rooms, and each examiner will go into different rooms, and in each room there will be like 3 or 4 stations, and each group will go into one room, and they will learn everything about, you can see, we can do the station there. And please, if you don't know the station also, please do go, because they won't force you to do, because in your group there will be students who might have exam the next week, and they will be really good at doing those examinations. So at least you can watch and observe. So at first I used to watch and observe, it was really useful. And after the students do these sessions, examiners will give their inputs. They will, tell all the do's and don'ts, and they will also give you extra points regarding these sessions. Okay, and it's not just the examinations they do there are procedures also, like, cannulation, sampling, blood sampling, catheterization. All these sessions are also conducted in these groups, and after we finish one room, we can shift to the next room. And so by the time we finish these sessions, we will cover a lot of topic, and it was like literally so useful. And just the day before my exam also, there was a session, and I went for that session, and I did blood sampling, cannulation, and all. And it was like so refreshing, and yeah, it was very useful, guys. That's regarding hands-on mannequin sessions. Now there is also a session called teaching session, where these examiners will come and teach a particular session. Now regarding the MOOCs, in the course I took, there were 2 free MOOCs, and it was like pretty useful. This was another negative comment that I saw in the Facebook group, that these MOOCs are conducted by examiners who are just PLAB pass out students. But for me, it was like very useful, guys. For me, what I expect from a MOOC is that it should like simulate the exam scenario, right? What you experience in the MOOC was just similar to that in the exam itself. Examiners also gave like really good recommendations, what to do, what not to do, and they were really nice and useful, guys. I would say for me, the mocks were really good. So I did my mocks. One mock I did 2 weeks before the exam, and one mock 1 week before the exam. I didn't go for any extra mocks or extra classes. So yeah, regarding extra mocks and extra classes, so many of my friends in the academy booked extra mocks and extra classes. So for the mocks, the thing is that I didn't want to waste one day. That was the main reason I didn't take any extra MOOCs, because you will have to go to that academy, you will have to do the station and come back, and by the time you come back, it'll be like evening or night, and you won't be able to study anything that day. I didn't want to waste my time. That's the main reason that I didn't book any extra MOOCs, and I was okay with the MOOCs that ASPE provided. Regarding extra class, so many of my friends were taking Loan's classes, and most of them were like, it was like really good and this and that and all. And I really wanted to take it, guys, but the thing is, as I told you earlier, I'm a very interactive person. I like interactive classes, but the thing is, still I would have taken those classes, but the thing is, it was from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. for 4 days. I really didn't know how to, sit for those classes. So that's the main reason that I didn't attend those classes. But people say that it's a really good class to attend, especially if you want to improve your communication skills or something that sort. You can try these classes. What I would say is that, So many students are taking these classes now, Lawance classes. I don't know how much, please don't try to by heart anything, or structures are good for each cases. Even I read Lawance notes in Angry Patients, um, Breaking Bad News, and I think dermatology. Yeah, for these three topics, I read Lawance notes, and it was like very helpful. I didn't read the entire note. I read the structure. Structure was very helpful, especially for Breaking Bad News and Angry Patients. Guys, these stations might sound like an easy station, but it's very difficult to handle a angry patient, or to break a bad news. It's very difficult. So it's very important to have a structure in regards to these cases, and Lawance notes or Lawance classes will give you these things. It's like very important. So what I did was I just read the structure, and I practiced one case really good with that structure. I was able to handle the patient really well. It really worked, guys. And this tip, one of the examiner, the so-called PLAB pass out, gave me. Okay, her name is Anjali. She was really helpful. She told me this: just read the structure and practice one case really good with it, so that whatever case you get, okay, whatever scenario you get, you will be able to do that. You don't need to read the entire notes or anything. That's regarding extra moocs, extra classes, loans classes. Yeah. So that's it regarding that. For psychiatry, I followed Asper's notes. Yeah, Asper's notes, that is another negative comment that I got. It's all scripted and all. Guys, what are these notes for? Just for communication purpose, I would say. Because we know how to take a case, right? We were doing the same thing back home also. It's the same structure. There is nothing much of a difference. The only thing that is different here is the people here talk very nicely, very politely, very respectfully. So that is the reason why they have given you a script, so that you know how to speak politely. Okay, and please don't, even they themselves say that please don't read the notes more than once. Make your own phrases, or you can ask ChatGPT or anyone. Okay, yeah, I was talking about psychiatry notes. For psychiatry, for different sessions, you have different structures. So please do, in Aspi notes, they have like different mnemonics. So you can go through that. It's like really good. Now regarding examinations and Simmons, like let's go with examinations first. In my case, like one of my study partner, Brian, he was like really good with examinations. He was preparing for MRCP and all. So for me, I was lucky enough to find him. So in case if you don't have a Brian in your study group also, it's fine, because Aspe has a YouTube channel. You might know about it, and they have uploaded all the examination videos in it. So what we used to do, we used to watch this video first. Then Brian used to do the station, and he used to tell us all the tips and tricks. And after that, Harin used to do it, and after that, I used to do it. So like we are just revising it like for 2-3 times. So it used to stay with us for longer. So that's how we used to practice for examinations. And guys, we used to, like when we used to make the plan, we used to include everything. Okay, we used to do the stations, and whenever, like most often, I used to get like sleepy, and these guys were like really kind and like sweet. Okay, they say, okay, then like come on, let's do examinations, or come on, let's do Siemens. When you're studying as a group, consider each and everyone in your group. It'll be really helpful. Okay, because my study partners, I was lucky enough, they were really considerate, they were like really sweet. Like if one of us say like, oh, I'm getting hungry, then we used to go and cook. Even if we are not hungry, we used to go. So that's it, guys. So be nice to your study partners. For me, it was like the entire study session, practice time, okay, was like really fun, guys. Most of the time I was not stressed, guys, because these guys made my life so much easier. It's not just these guys, okay. Brian and Heron were with me like for almost 24/7. They were with me, but there were the other students in the academy also were really sweet. One other person I would say is Susmita. She is a plastic surgeon, guys. Like she was really sweet. She was really kind. Yeah, I really miss her. Like she was also really nice. And most of them, I don't want to name each and every one of them, but most of them they were like really kind. When we used to cook, we used to share with others. They used to share with us. We used to eat together. We used to tell about all our problems, worries, and all these kind of things. What I'm trying to tell you guys is, please don't be worried. And when you're booking, what I would suggest is, please don't book any kind of Airbnb or something. If you can, book an accommodation within your academy. It might not be, luxurious or anything, but you will find a lot of people there who are in the same boat as you are in. So you would be sharing the same emotions and worries and all these kind of things, and they will be like really helpful. For me, it was like going back to my college days. It was like so much fun, guys, so much fun. It's not just studies that we did. We used to go for shopping together, we used to go for walks together, we used to see this. Oh my god, what is that? Oh, that's a cat. Okay. Okay. So this academy is in the Blackpool Center. Okay. We used to go to the Blackpool Center, which is just walkable distance. We used to walk there, and this place is lit at night, guys. It is like completely lit. So this Aspire Academy is just opposite to the beach. If you sit in the academy, you can see the beach. So we used to go to the beach, we used to go to the Blackpool Center, we used to have lots of fun, we used to explore food together. We used to go to different restaurants. We used to go for grocery shopping together. We used to have lots and lots of fun, guys. Even we used to go to some of the clubs nearby. Some of the pubs nearby. Everything was fun, guys. Everything was literally so fun. We enjoyed our time there. We had like around 3 weeks for preparation, okay? But we managed to do all these things within that time. We used to prepare, we used to enjoy our time. It was just like, back in our college. This would literally take you back to your college days if you find good people there that I would like to include. So be open to everyone, be kind to everyone. Even if you are an introvert, try to be extrovert, try talking to different people, because this will help you a lot in the exam. Okay, for me, everyone in my academy were like really kind and sweet, and I really enjoyed my time there. I think it's after Brian's exam, after December 5th, that we were like really feeling that, anxiety or that sort of things, that sort of vibes came in after Brian left. When Brian was there, he was like really cool and chill. I really don't know how that guy pulled that off. Even just before his exam, he was like, but for us, me and Harun was like completely anxious. Even I was a bit anxious. Week, we missed him a lot during the last week. So yeah, that's it. Now regarding the Siemens, I was like completely scared of the Siemens before coming here, because I have never seen a Siemens. I have never used a Siemens. But towards the end of the exam, guys, stressed me. Literally, I was praying, oh God, please give me a Siemens station. So what I would say is Siemens are easy to score and very easy to fail that station also. The thing is that it has a very good structure. ABCD, we all know what ABCD is. So just go with ABCD. Only thing is that if there is a problem with the airway, correct that problem and then move on to B. Okay, so it has a structure. You are doing the same thing for all the cases. So, and we used to practice it most of the days. Okay, whenever we get sleepy, we used to practice Siemens. But unfortunately, for my exam, I didn't get any Siemens, guys. So now, 1 week before the exam, what I would say is that even if you have a study partner, or even if you're doing a group study, make sure that you have enough time to study alone also, because there will be some things that you are weak at. You need to study those sessions alone also. Start revising also. The management notes I told you earlier, please do practice management. And if you're someone who doesn't have enough time to practice, don't practice for 7 minutes for the entire cases. Practice one or two cases. Like, for example, if you're practicing ENT cases, practice one or two cases completely. If you're a study group of three, practice 3 cases, taking the whole history. And after that, the rest of the cases, practice with like 3-minute timer. Just practice the management. Okay, so that's what we did. We actually practiced a lot of cases like for all 7 minutes, but towards the end, we were not able to. See, we didn't complete the entire book, okay? At least I didn't complete it. I didn't read the entire book, but I read the entire sessions, okay? I covered the entire sessions, but I didn't cover the entire topics within the sessions, okay? They don't expect us to know all the things in the world. They're looking for if we can manage a case, okay, in FY2 level. Okay, so I was pretty confident that I can do that. So that's why I tell you guys, please do make a plan. If you feel like you want to complete the entire book, you will have to make a plan. So if you don't have enough time, please do practice. Keep the timer for 3 minutes, and please do practice telling the management, because that's where you will lose your marks. This suggestion is also given to me by one of the examiner. His name is Michael. Yeah, Michael was also really great. He was also really helpful. So yeah, why you guys are putting negative comments on these kind of sweet people, I don't know. But for me, all the examiners I met were like really kind. One of the examiner there also gave me some notes which was like really useful regarding the examinations and all. His notes, it was like really helpful. So yeah, all his examiners were really good. Now, one day before the exam, first thing, I know obviously you will be anxious, but try to keep your calm, revise management, revise all the structures, and get a good sleep. Okay, guys, get a really good sleep. And on the day of the exam, okay, be on time or be a bit early, I would say. Wake up early, have a good meal, be early to the exam center, because when you are looking for the exam center, you might be a bit confused. You're going there for the first time, so I would say at least go half an hour early. My exam was in 3 Hardman Square, so it was a bit difficult, but it was okay. I found it because I went early. I had the luxury to, walk around and find this place, yeah. And on the day of the exam, please be confident. Please smile. Like, I know you'll be anxious, but don't let others know that you're anxious. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You will find lots of other candidates there. We are not supposed to talk to them. So, but at least have a smile on your face. You know, uh, talk to the people there. Just tell them, hello, good morning, or how are you doing today, or anything that sort. These people who are checking your ID or something, start by talking to them itself, because when you go for the exam, you will be having, some kind of flow. If you start talking to these people from outside itself, when you go for the exam, you will have some kind of flow. So that was really helpful. I started talking to all these people, the lady who showed me the locker, the person who checked my ID. I talked to everyone so that by the time I entered the room, I had some kind of a flow. Please, there will be examiner in your room. Please don't concentrate on the examiner. Obviously, you will have to introduce yourself to the examiner, but after that, when you start taking the case, please just concentrate on your patient. Okay, just concentrate on your patient. Just imagine that you are in your home country, sitting in your own OPD or somewhere. Okay, and you are taking the case. You're just there. No one else is there. Okay, just concentrate on the patient. Address patient's concern then and there. Be a very empathetic doctor. It's very important. If you feel like your patient is anxious, you might ask him, like, is there something bothering you? Ask and address the patient's concern then and there itself. Okay, so that's some other tip on the day of the exam. And yeah, after the exam, guys, see, I know some people, okay, for whom the exam went really well and they didn't pass. And I know some people who told me that their exam were like, shit, it went like really bad. Okay, they actually managed to pass the station. So it's completely up to the, examiner, your luck, the other students there in the exam center. So after the exam, please don't worry about anything. Enjoy the day, enjoy the rest of the day.
We're done with an exam.
Yeah, man. How do you feel?
Cool.
Please go out, explore everything. For me, I went to a nearby Christmas market. My friend was there, Abhishek. He was also really helpful. We went, we tried different food, we took some pics, and it was really nice, guys. I didn't know how my exam went. To be honest, for me, it was like, okay, I knew that somehow I will manage to pass. Okay, but I was really scared because I knew some people felt like they have done really good, but they failed. So I was also anxious, but I just decided to keep that away because obviously the exam is over. I have to enjoy the day, okay? Yeah, so that's it, guys. I hope I covered everything. If you guys have any other doubts, feel free to comment it down below. I will try to answer them. And if you like the video, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to hit the subscribe button. So until next time, bye bye.
One like, one subscribe, subscribe.